Hey friends, thanks so much for visiting my channel today. Really excited for you to practice with me. My name is Katie, and if you're new to this channel, please be sure to subscribe so you can receive weekly yoga videos. So today's video, we're going to be working on post-running recovery. So let's go ahead and get started in a forward fold. Now you don't necessarily need to be at the top of the mat. But I want you to really think about maybe feet are about hips width distance. Bend into the knees and allow yourself to hang. Now, a lot of time with running, our hamstrings do get pretty tight. So it's always good post-run to kind of stretch it out a little bit, loosen it up. And of course, always work some strength elements there. So from here, we're going to place our fingertips on the ground. If you can't reach your fingers on the ground, feel free to grab a block, set it to the height that works for you. But from here, I want you to think about straightening into your right leg as you bend into the left knee. So your right hip might go back just a little bit here, but you should start to feel a sensation in that right hamstring. Go ahead, switch the side, bending into the right knee, straightening into the left leg. Feeling the stretch sensation into the left hamstring. And then we'll switch your side. Straightening into the right leg, bending into the left knee. Switching our side, bending into the right knee, straightening into the left leg. One more like that, go ahead. Bend into the left knee, straighten into the right leg. Straighten into the left leg and bending into the right knee. Go ahead, bend into both legs here. Again, hang down low, maybe sway side to side a little bit here. Take a deep inhale, we'll halfway lift. You can place your hands on your shin, but I want to think about lengthening into the spine, maybe imagining you're watching over a cliff here. And then exhale, fold down. Staying in this folded position, keep your feet where they are. I want you to take your hands and start walking them over towards the right side of the mat. I want you to think about pulling this left hip back a little bit here because it's probably going to go with you. I want you to try to maintain the squareness of it if you can. Feel free to bend into that right knee a little bit here to help with the squaring of the hips. Maybe feeling a sensation on the outer lining of your left hamstring. Take a deep inhale here. And as you exhale, we're going to switch your sides. So slowly walk your hands over towards the left side of the mat. Maybe bending into the left knee a little bit here and pulling your right hip back. Trying to square the hips as best as we can. Trying to not let that right hip come with you. Holding here. And then inhale, we'll come back through center. Inhale to halfway lift. Hands can be on shins, on your thighs. Again, long spine. Exhale, fold on down. Inhale, we'll halfway lift, but only just enough so we can step our left foot towards the back of the mat, dropping our left knee down. Reaching our arms up into Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Feel free to bring your hands down for a moment here. I want you to kind of adjust yourself in such a way so that you can bring your lower belly in, sitting upright, and noticing a stretch sensation in your front left hip. Just taking a moment here, slowing down. Finding a little bit of effort and ease in here. Take another deep inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to push your hips back into space, straightening into the right leg. coming into a half splits, Ardha Hanumanasana. Again, if you have blocks available, you can set them onto your side here just to give you a little bit more space. Again, I want you to think about a long spine as best as you can here. And I also want you to think about driving that heel down into the ground. Now, your right knee does not need to be straight if that's not available to you. Feel free to bend as much as you need to. But again, I want you to think about driving that right heel down. Breathing in here. On your next inhale, we're going to come bend into that right knee again. And this time, instead of being in this rigid shape, go ahead, sink your hips down low. Sink the hips down low. Maybe noticing how this feels different compared to the first time we're in this lunge position. Maybe something that you enjoy more about this position, or maybe something you don't like about the position. Just allowing yourself to notice and see what your body reacts to. Take a deep inhale here. And as you exhale, we're going to come back into half splits. So pushing our hips back, fingertips down towards the ground. Again, bend into the right knee as much as you would need to. Drive that right heel down. Now from here, you can stay exactly where you are. Or if you want to maybe try a different line of tension, try pointing your toes maybe towards the right side of the room. See if that makes a different line of tension fire up. Maybe even try bending the knee a little bit more. Notice if that fires something else up. Sometimes little changes can make a big difference. Take another deep inhale here. And as you exhale, we'll go ahead and bend back into that right foot. Come up into our left toes, lifting up the left knee. And then we're just going to step our left foot to meet our right. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, bend into the knees. Slowly roll on up to standing. Use the strength of your glutes. Reach your arms up overhead. And exhale, hands come to heart center. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. And as you exhale, we're going to bring your hands down through heart center. Bend into your knees. I want you to imagine your water falling your chest down over your thighs. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And as you exhale, we're going to step our right foot back this time. Drop the right knee down. Reach your arms up overhead, Anjaneyasana. Now from here, feel free to bring your arms down. I want you to think about pulling the lower belly, squaring the hips here. Think about pulling that left heel back, pulling the right knee forward, feeling that sensation in the front right hip. A little bit more of an active pose here. Breathing into it. Take a deep inhale here. As you exhale, we're going to push your hips back into space, lifting up our left toes, coming into a half splits, Ardha Hanumanasana. Again, if you have blocks available, feel free to put blocks on either side of the leg, thinking about finding lift in your chest and a lengthening of your spine, as straight of a spine as you can. I always like to say find length first, lengthen your spine before you find depth. And we're driving the left heel down into the ground, bending into that left knee as much as you need to. There's no need for it to be straight. Take another inhale. And as you exhale, bend into the left foot, the left knee. And this time, instead of being upright, we're going to allow our hips to sink down. Maybe this time we're noticing how this side feels different from the other side. It's completely normal for us to have differences from left to right, right to left. There's a lot of different reasons for that. It's just completely normal. It could be the history of what our bodies have gone through. But just acknowledge it. It's not anything good or bad. Just, oh, this feels different. It's interesting. Wherever you are, take another deep inhale here. And as you exhale, we're going to push our hips back into half splits again. Again, maybe bending into that left knee, driving the left heel down. Again, finding length in the spine. Maybe this time, if you did it on the other side, maybe you try pointing your toes out towards the left side of the room, feeling a different line of tension here, a different sensation. Maybe see if that is interesting to you. Wherever you are, on your next inhale, come back through center. Bend into that left knee. Tuck your right toes, lift your right knee from the ground, and then go ahead, step your right foot to meet your left. Forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Hands can be on shins. Again, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold on down. Inhale, root to rise, up to stand. Use the strength of your glutes to help lift you up. Head blast. Reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Hopefully you enjoy that practice, especially after a run. Let me know in the comments what you think, or let me know if there's something that you would like to see on my channel in the future. Thank you so much. I'll see you again soon.